Hello everyone, and welcome to another Dominaria United draft. Okay, I won't be picking these Painlands as pack 1. Pick 1 and they are not really... I mean, they are good in their respective colors, but there's no reason to start with them. Alright, so Micromancer is good in a somewhat specific archetype. Jokin Miasma... Yeah, I'm not too fan of this card because there are a lot of decks that play only or mostly big creatures, so the -2/-2 might not be that great. It's a good sideboard card in black decks, but not really a first pickable card. Rulik Mons is good, but it is 2 colors, so I'm not sure. Now this is also the Micromancer. There are not a lot of great instant sorceries that cost 1, so I think this is mostly blue-red because blue and red have those. But for example, does black have anything worth... Well, I guess it has bone splinters. But I'm gonna... Okay, I think it's between the Micromancer and the Rulik Mons here, because again the commons, unless you force a domain right away, in which case you could have taken the Sojourner. The commons weren't that amazing, so I think the Micromancer it's a little bit of a forcing pick. Oh, by the way, black has this one. I kind of forgot that black has... Black has this repossession and also bone splinters as 1 mana spells you can fetch with the Micromancer, so that's 2 decent targets for it. Okay, blue has of course something, a couple of options too. Red has at least a +2, -2. Well, I guess green has Gas Might. I don't know what white might have, but anyway, let's pick something here. The Rona's Vortex is probably going to be the pick here. Really good removal spell, and if I'm not blue-black, I mean, assuming I'm blue, so first of all, I can of course get it with the Micromancer, which is great. But even if I don't end up blue-black, I can have a few ways to tap for black in the deck, obviously, because of all these common duels going around. But hey, this is a Vordelian Desecrator, amazing uncommon, so let's just take that and try to lock into blue-black, although I don't see a lot of blue or black in here, but then again, it could be just random variance. Anyway, this is the easy pick. It's actually the best card in the pack as well. So let's take it and hope that blue and black will be sufficiently open. Now there is something I can pick up with Micromancer 2, and I could maybe splash for some green. I mean, have some lands that produce green, but there is also Nisova Brawler here, and this is the best card in the pack. By far, this is a really amazing card. So if I'm getting a Brawler at pick 4, is that a signal that there might be some domain stuff open? There's still a land also. Was my previous deck a domain deck? It might have been actually, yeah, blue-green based domain deck, I think. Alright, so I mean the decision is between the Repossession and the Nisova Brawler, and I should take the best card. It's pick 4 in the draft. I should take this, because if domain is gonna be open, I'm gonna be so sad about passing this. Now this is an interesting pack though, because I could just stick to blue-black, because while the Rona isn't as good of a, signpost uncommon as Vohar is, it's still a decent card. And there's a Mossbird Ancient, which is really good, especially in the kind of domain decks which usually, drag the game quite long, and you will be able to have the 7 mana available. But I could also accept not playing the green at all and just taking the blue-black card in here. There's a couple of other black cards and there's an Impulse, but I think if I take I mean, it's between the Ancient and this Rona, and I would pick the Ancient if I take the domain route, but I think because my previous deck was the kind of domain deck, maybe I will try to deviate from that. So if I went the domain route, I think I would just take the Geothermal Bulk here. That would be the easy pick, but now I can just take an easy pick. It's a Scatter versus the Drake, and I do like the Scatter a little bit more, so let's take that. And there's a Figment, there's a land if I went the domain route. I do realize I don't see a lot of black in here, so the only black cards I have are the 2 ones that are also blue. So am I going to take something like the Figment here or Impulse? There is also this. I mean, I guess I could be, but this is not so good though, is it? Let's see. Give some discounts. 2 mana 2/2. Well, it's not amazing. But I guess there's like a small chance. I'm not sure I like the figment in a blue-black deck. I like it in blue-red a lot, but not necessarily in blue-black. So I took this just in case white actually turns up being my main color in addition to blue. But you could have taken the 2/1 vigilance creature too, I think. Now it's a between Splatter Goblin and as a Scatter. I don't want to load up too much on the counter magic, and the Splatter Goblin is decent. It can block a 3 toughness creature and trade with it, and it's also, you know, can function as an attacker, so I'll take that. And there's a Sojourner, so it's not too late to go Domain here. I could take the Sojourner because the only other option is pretty much the Academy Wall here. I don't care about it. I'll take this, so let's keep these all kind of options open here. And now I'm taking the Haunted Mire. Yep, that is going to be decent. If I get the green splashes, that will work also in that case. The Ubok repossession, for example. Alright, so if I were to go the domain route, I should take the tablet, maybe the Snare Spinner. Actually, all of these will have some function. Negate is the safest, I guess, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be blue. I'll take the Negate for now. It's going to be a sideboard card, though. Let's take the Tide Turner. I'm not sure if I care about it that much, but oh well. Okay, there's not a. I haven't really sideboarded in the Broken Wings that much, so maybe I don't. I'm not going to, you know, prioritize Broken Wings, even though it is a good sideboard card. But there's, yeah, not that many amazing targets that makes you want to sideboard it in. So I just didn't take it here. I think it was an impulse over it. All right, so now I have to start making some decisions here. So I have this amazing domain card and this good domain card. But is it wiser to just go blue-black here? And I'm not even sure if I care about the Raven Man enough that I'm looking at the Talas Lookout because it's just such a nice card. So I think I'll take the Lookout in here, and because I know I will be blue no matter. Main color will be, one of my main colors will be blue, and the Lookout is okay. The Lookout is just an amazing card, but look at this pack. Oh boy. So there's a Nisabop Roller number 2 here. There's also a Phyrexian Missionary, but I mean, if I'm gonna take something else, if I'm going to take a card that is not blue or black, it's gonna have to be the Brawler, right? Can I make Domain happen still? So similar to the last deck, I had blue-green base colors with you know, a bunch of these dual lands to make you know, Domain payoffs actually work. I don't think I can take anything else than the Brawler here. Yeah, I'm taking it, and this is going to be now a Domain deck, I think. There are good options though for my other oh man, for my other you know, plan too, which is the blue-black tribute to Ubok and cut down. I'm not even sure which I would take first. There's also Tolarian Terror. For the Domain deck, there's a Radiant Grove, there's a Magnigot Sentry, and of course I could play the removal in that deck too, so it's really tough actually. Now I will be ignoring the Vohar and Drona if I'm gonna play the Domain blue-green, but with double Nisabop Brawler it's really hard to pass them up, so I think I'm gonna just go the Domain route here, take the lands, because now if I'm gonna make that work I need those lands very, very quickly, and hopefully I'm getting past them, so that seems good. Here I have to take, well, I don't have to, but I will take the Terrasunder, even though I could take it to another land or something like a Floriferous Wine Wall too, but this is a little bit too good of a card to pass away, so let's take it. I will of course try to get some black producing lands. Now there is the World spell here, but look at this pack. By the way, for the Domain deck, they are both. I mean, all 3 lands are decent. There's the Wine Wall, Sunbathing Root Wall are really good stuff for me. But I think what I have to take here is the Contaminated Aquifer. Just to have the black available for the Terrasunder, and I will need the lands. I'm sad about passing the Rootwalla, but or maybe I should take the Rootwalla. I don't know. It's really tough actually. I'll take the land because the deck will just not function if it doesn't have enough of those lands. That's just how it goes. Alright, so am I gonna take the fully off-color land? I like that in the domain index that the lands would produce one of my main colors, which will be, you know, green and blue. This doesn't produce either of them. I think I should now take something else. There's a Tolarian Geyser, Phyrexian, Espionage, Gas, Might, Writing Necromancer. All of those could be picked. I'm not sure what is the best option. I think the Geyser is just the best card out of that bunch, so I'll take it, but you could have taken a bunch of different options there. I'm gonna take the Sojourner right now, and this is exactly the kind of card that really requires you to have all these lands. So I will have to, now with 2 Brawlers and 2 Sojourners, I will have to really pick these lands high whenever I see them. Okay. Right, well, there is a land, but there's also the Ivy Glyphal Spell Thief. Cast a spell that targets only a single creature. Other than this, I may copy. Oh, it's so nasty because I would like to have the Tributary here. Oh man. But this is a 2-mana 2-1 flyer for my main colors. I can't pass it. I'll take it. It's too efficient of a creature. Very sad about the fact it was in a same kind of pack which had a blue and red producing land. I don't even have any mountains here, so that could come back and bite me a little bit. This pack is just totally unusable. I don't know what I'm supposed to even take here. I'll take the Sabotage. I guess I'll take the Meteorite. Because this pack, I'm not going to play the black here as a main color, so Splatter Goblin won't happen. Yeah, I'll take the Meteorite. Not sure if I'm gonna play it though. Okay, I can take the Soaring Drake or the Snare Spinner. I have a bunch of 2-drops here. I think I might still take the defensive 2-drop over the 2/3 flyer. Okay, now I will take the fully off-color land now, because I don't have enough of those lands. Scatter, yeah, let's take another one of those. Academy Wall, who knows, maybe a blade. Probably not though. Now this is a double black. I won't be taking a double black spell here, but there's also Territorial, Morrow and Nile. Whoa, well, I had so good experiences with the Morrow in my previous draft, so I have to take it. Well, I don't have to, but it's this is actually, when you are at less than 5 domain, this is better than this, because as of 6/6 and 8/8, it's really good steal, and this is fine, but this is at its best when it's, you know, when you get to draw the card with it. So I'll take the Morrow now. And now lands, please. Okay, there's a Radiant Grove. Do I have to think about any other option here? There's a Magnigot Sentry, which I would like to have here for sure, but there's also a Sojourner, but 1, 2, 3, 4 lands that's not enough. So I'm going to... I would like to have a land that produces red, because I do have actually 3 ways to... No, that's only 2 ways to get the white, so let's face it, I just have to take the Grove here. There's also Prayer of Binding, but it has to be this. Okay, there is a red producing land. Linebreaker Bailout is okay, but nothing like too exciting. There's a Bug Badger, Sea Scavenger. Now I'm going to take the Bug to have some land that produces red here. There's a Ridge Line. Yeah, this is Double Caster. Yeah, this pack has some... I guess I would take maybe like the Bug Badger or the Sea Scavenger if the land wasn't here, but land is super easy, especially because it also taps for green. Fires of Victory, that's a good one. The decision here is between the Fires of Victory and Bug Badger, with only 2 lands that produce red. I'm not sure if I can count on it too much. I have the Meteorite, which I might play, but I think the Bug Badger, I don't have anything for 3. This is just a curve, a play that I can play. I can have a mana curve by taking the 3-mana 3/3 here, so let's take it actually. And here, okay, there's a Floriferous Wine Wall and there's a Djinn of the Fountain. The Djinn is even not that important. There's also the Pixie Illusionist, which is interesting because I could also take that instead of the Wine Wall. I guess I actually like it slightly more. This can also whiff sometimes. This always, you know, acts as a 1/1 or a 3/3 flyer as well. Wrong. I don't think I would maybe take any other land, but not the Radiant Grove, because I have 2 of those already. So I maybe take another Tolarian Geyser here. Could take the Gardener though. It doesn't add to domain. It does add different colors though. But I guess I'll take the Geyser. Okay, there's another Fires of Victory, but I think the Sunbathing Root is just a better one. There is though an Auberk repossession, which is really good, but I mean, I really want to have these decent 2-drops here in the domain decks, which have a bunch of Ender's tapped lands. Okay, I take this. And I think the Sunlit Marsh is gonna have to be the pick. I don't think I have that many lands here still, so I mean tapped lands, so let's take that. And Phyrexian Espionage over the Elfheim Worm is... I mean, I haven't even cut anything here, so that's kind of weird, but I think I like the card draw here better than the 5-4. Let's take it. So I don't know really what my deck will end up looking like. Now, am I gonna take a third Sunlit Marsh? I don't like that fact that it doesn't produce green or black, so I'm just taking the Sea Scavenger here. Sorry, green or blue. Right here, I don't need another negate for my sideboard, so let's take the Scavenger. Now I guess I'd rather take the negate than that thing. Yeah, this looked very good after I had the 2 Nisaba Prowlers and the Sojourner, but pack 3 was a little bit of a disappointment. Alright, so let's cut the lands for now. I have a little bit too many lands that don't produce either of my main colors. So there's the Geothermal Bog, 2 Sunlit Marshes. The rest will produce either blue or green. But that means I have actually 3 lands that don't help me cast my main colors. That can be a problem. Anyway, I won't be playing this Rona here. Am I going to play this Wohar here because I have actually a few ways to produce black. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 ways to produce black. It's not the worst later in the game, but actually also what matters here is that do I have anything worth getting back with it? It's also activate only as a sorcery, so you can't really use it in combination with the Essence Catcher, in the sense that you wait until the opponent plays a creature and then you have 4 mana up. So it actually doesn't really work with counter magic at all. Well, I'm going to cut the Sten here, so this is... And you of course can't choose creature for this. Actually I knew it, but I didn't mention it when I picked it. You can still have a bunch of instants and sorceries, maybe that you get some discounts with this. And this has the exile ability, so I mean it has a little bit of functionality when you are blocking some non-tramplers at 3 mana. You basically can block them forever. But anyway, it won't be played in this deck, and then I will be what do I do? Well, I won't be playing the Splatter Goblin. I'm thinking about the Wohar if I want to play it, but I don't think there's quite enough good things to get back. Now there is a couple of Tolarian guys, there's a Rona's Vortex, but that's pretty much it. Now they are good. There's also Impulse, which I think I will be playing in this deck. Do I want to even play the main deck Snare Spinner though? Because I don't actually necessarily need it in the main deck. It's a good sideboard card, so I will side it in, but I don't need it in the main deck. I also don't need the Tide Turner actually. 1/3 is not what I need here that much. So this is 24 cards. Am I gonna play the Meteorite? I think I might need it, even though it is a 5-drop, but there is things like a double blue, which I might not have mana for, because my mana isn't good because of these 3 lands, assuming I'd run all of these. Now I can maybe choose to play only 1 Sunlit Marsh and a Geothermal Bog. I don't necessarily need a land that is also a plains and a swamp, because I have 2 plains here already and plenty of swamps as well. I guess 3. So I might play only 1 Sunlit Marsh in here, but regardless of that, I will cut a card in here. Oh, the Terra Sundaria, that wants to have the black available, so I guess I might... Oh, there's the Academy Wall. Why is it in here? I don't need that for anything. I was blind somehow. So this is my spell base now. I think I'll play the Wohar. The looting is still nice, and I have some nice instants and or sorceries I can recast from the graveyard by sacrificing this. I really would have wanted to have a Urborg repossession actually, because it would be really nice with the Micromancer. This could get, because now that it has only one thing to get, I'm not sure if it's that good. It's a 4-mana 3/3, so of course understat if it doesn't get you any spell from the library. But of course when it gets you Arona's Vortex, it's amazing. So I would have wanted to have any Bone Splinters or anything that is. It doesn't even matter which, some 1-mana instant or sorcery, but my sideboard hasn't got any. Not even an off-color one. So I think I'll still play it because of the Arona's Vortex. But I have to just accept the fact that sometimes it will be a 4-mana 3/3 when I have already drawn this Vortex. That's just how it goes. Alright, so this is now the actual deck. I will play the Meteorite, I might actually even need it. Also it can maybe give like white mana for the Tolarian guys. There is it also can give me the black for the kicker here. Or the kicker here. What else kicker spells do I have? Well, also this kicker, it requires black. Alright, so the Meteorite will be maybe good enough. Now I'm gonna of course play the green and blue producing lands for sure. So that's yeah, sadly I didn't have any else. So now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands, and these are the lands that won't mess up my mana base. So this currently is like a 9/8 mana base, and I think the mana base will have more islands. Yeah, because I have the Pixie Illusionist, which will fix for my green mana. I have also double blue, and I have also more blue cards. So if I didn't add any of these, I would just add islands and forests, so that it would be 9 blue sources and 8 green. But I'm going to play 1 Sunlit Marsh and 1 Geothermal Bog. Now the only question is, because that means I'm gonna play an 8/7 mana base, which is not that good. But I have to maybe leave it with it. I do have the Impulse, I do have the Sea Scavengers, this Cantrip, this Droga, so I have ways to, I mean, assuming I get my blue, I'm gonna get my green at some point too. So maybe I just have to accept that I can play 6 green sources, because even though the Nishoba Prowler on turn 2 is good, the idea with this card is that it's also good later on. So I feel like I'm going to play the Sunlit Marsh, because I have enough of these domain payoffs. Sojourner twice, Prowler twice, and even these things getting to check out a few more cards can be relevant. And of course Territorial Marrow, that is a bunch of payoffs. So I am going to play the Sunlit Marsh, and let's put this here, and then maybe put the non-main color lands here on the side. So this is now 4 ways to get green, 1 way to get blue. I need 8 blue, that's just how it goes. There's no way I can play with fewer than 8. So that means 7 islands here. That would mean now 2 forests, which would allow me to have 6 ways to get green, but then of course with Meteorite that's 7, with Pixie Illusionist, if it's is alive, that's 8, and of course Impulse digs deep, and then these things. Yeah, I have a lot of ways to try to get there, get my 1 green source, because the good thing about this deck is that I don't, unless I need a turn where I activate this and then also play a 2-mana green spell, I don't really need double green in this deck. There are not that many cheap green cards. So once I have 1 green source, that's enough. So this is gonna be the deck, and yes, it has unstable mana base, but I think it was the correct move to move to this archetype once I saw the second Brawler, and of course I also got the Marrow here, a couple of these Sojourners. So I will have a big creatures. Let's just hope I don't fall back too much behind because of my mana issues. Okay, well, I got no problem with the colors. Actually, I have all but white here, so the Brawler will be a 4/3. I have the Flyer here, and I can also cast this with the kicker, so that was a good starting hand for sure. I will play the Haunted Mire, then Island to play it. Actually, it makes more sense to play this creature that we'll have. So turn 3 I will have actually... I can attack with this being a 4 power creature, right? Because I'm gonna play the Haunted Mire. Yes, that's gonna happen. I'm gonna play the Haunted Mire, then the Island. And then I can play this. They need like a lightning strike to you know, oh, they could have a 3-1 for 2, but I mean if they don't have that kind of stuff, I'm gonna hit for 4 trample damage here. But they have a lightning strike, so that was very good for them. Now I have the Spell Thief here. Yeah, that was... I mean, imagine if I attack on the plate on the turn 3, I can attack with the 4-3. 4-3 Trampler, that's really sick. Alright, anyway, this is... Wait a minute, when... any player that includes me cast a spell that targets only a single creature other than this. Alright, so I can actually kill 2 things with the Terra Sunder. Also, the Sojourner is no joke here. 4 mana 4/6 casually. So they can pump it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be a 6/6, so I'm not going to block. Should I just oh, there we go. Full domain. So let's now make sure whenever a player, so a me, casts a spell that targets only a single creature other than Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief. I make copy. No, I don't get to choose the new target. The copy targets this. Yeah, I mean, it's the first time I actually play with this or play against this card. So yeah, obviously this only works with pump spells. Alright. Well, I wouldn't be copying that if I'm gonna kill one of their guys, but... So it's mostly if they're gonna use a pump spell on their guy, or I'm gonna use a pump spell on my guy, then I can also use it on the Ivy here. Okay, so now I can leave up the SS Scatter and the Terra Sunder. They can attack for 5, or if they want to use, you know, a lot of mana, they can attack for a 9, I guess. I don't expect them to pump, and then I don't expect, you know, do anything here. Hopefully they play one big creature which I can counter, and then I can attack them to 6, and then... Okay, nothing. So I suspect they're gonna have a removal spell of their own here, which is a little bit sad. So I could use my mana here, but since I don't have a... I mean, I don't think I care about killing those things here. I don't have double blue here, so I should play the blue producing land in case I will... draw my double blue card. They chose not to do this. They haven't done anything. They took the 6 here as well. Interesting. I guess I can just see what happens right now. Now they kill that with the fire sword. Okay, that's actually interesting because I can counter that one now. So they will get to, they kicked it, so they will draw a card. So and this is the only target to that spell. So I can exile my own Ivy here, so they don't get to draw a card. Okay. I'm gonna kill the bigger creature. I don't actually care about too much. What happened there? Did they draw a card? But what happened there? I don't actually understand what happened there. Did I misplay this somehow? I don't understand what happened there. I think they drew a card, or maybe I somehow... I mean, draw a card... The target creature opens equal to the... Didn't I... I need to check the recording. I thought I saw them draw a card. I thought they weren't supposed to draw a card. Of course, this is buggy. This this card back in the stack as well. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna do this attack here now. Hopefully they won't... I mean, this is risky because now they can take 4 and they can kill the Desecrator with cheap enough of a spell, and then... And I won't be playing this land if I need to... Wait a minute, I can actually... Do I have anything here? Oh, I have a Tiara Center, but I don't have the mana to use it. Because paying 2 here... Yeah, I would need to have a... Yeah, 2 more mana. Anyway, it's gonna be risky now to... Because if they have a cheap removal spell, they can pump the Rootwalla and attack for a lethal here. So that's actually perfect for them. I have to check though the card draw thing. Why did that happen? But man, those lightning strikes really, that was good stuff. They really got what they needed there. All right, well, negate. Thank you. They have enough spells I want to counter. Maybe not play something like Does the Meteorite have any target? I guess there's the Steel Crusher and the Rootwalla. Alright. So what I'm gonna cut? I'm not playing both negates, but one is gonna be fine. Maybe one of the Essence Scatters should go away. Alright. Okay, they finished sideboarding, and now this is a lot worse. And of course, yeah, I'm gonna mulligan this. I think with just 2 lands. I know if I draw any land, I can play the Geyser, but I have only 6 green sources. Yeah, this hand just doesn't do much, so let's mulligan that one. And then there's no blue here, but there is at least the Nisaba Prowler and the Sojourner. So I think I'm gonna put the Vortex away because I might also, find the Micromancer. And I'd prefer draw the cards anyway if I draw the blue source. And I'm not going to put any of these lands away. So let's see if I saw 2 lightning strikes. So let's see if they have again a lightning strike there. Because this can be once again a 4-power trampler on turn 3. But only if it doesn't get removed right now. Okay. A bit tough here, because there's not that many 2-mana cards in the format that would be able to take this out, especially at common. And I have these 2 of these in my deck too. Alright, well, there is the blue, so I can do now this one. I'm still a bit weirded out by the kicker, the blue, the red kicker spell. But I mean, let's just not worry about it too much. So, am I going to play the Sea Scavenger? I'm going to play the Sea Scavenger. I will check out. Oh. No, it's full domain already. So. There is the Micromancer now, but there's also another Sojourner, so I'm gonna take the Sojourner. Now the Micromancer is good, but man, the 4/6 is just such a nice one. They discarded the Radha. Okay. So I can play this for 3 and leave mana up for the Essence Scatter. Okay, are they going to double block that thing? I'm actually not gonna mind too much about it. Still going to put some stops here just to maybe discourage them from the double block. And what I can do is this and have the Essence Scatter still up. And then at some point I can actually kick the Espionage to make them also discard a card. Yeah, sure, they can have that. Let's see what happens. I don't think I'm gonna use the espionage yet. I do wanna keep up mana for the essence scatter. Oops, let's do it like this. That's great, that's fine. So I'm gonna play the second blue, of course, but if I kick this, I won't be able to play this, and I want to kick it. I want to make them discard a card, because they have an active looter, actually 2 of them, so every card in their hand is gonna matter now. I want them to lose the card from their hand, and I also don't want to, you know, them to play some creature I want to counter. So now I can counter this thing, and then I can play the espionage on the next turn, unless I draw something that I'd rather play. But I also want to play this while they have still cards in hand. Alright, well... What's the best play? Do I want to main phase this thing? I mean, of course this has to be main phased, but do I want to pre-combat main phase it? It's better not to give them the information available once for their blocks. They can now do a couple of damaging there. Okay, that is... So they actually are going to be able to... Do they have 2 tricks in there? Oh, don't tell me they have another playable card and then this card won't do anything, because that would be horrible, horrible, horrible. Oh yeah. I mean, this was really unexpected. Unless they... Well, they still might not have anything here. But if they have something that... Okay. So imagine if I did this... I literally didn't imagine they have 2 playable instants there in their hand. If I did this thing pre-combat, that would have gone a little bit differently. That's actually insane. Well, I don't need to kick this, at least there is that. But why did it... Okay, I guess it didn't matter, but why did it tap both islands? I mean, imagine if I drew my double caster blue spell there. Alright, so opponent again drew 2 lightning strikes in this game. And they were both extremely relevant. Wow. I should actually stop playing lands, because I do have a looter in my deck too, so that was the final land I'm going to play. And yeah, I'm not gonna kill this thing. Even if they get to improve their draws with it, I think I need to find a better target for this thing. But man, I was just I mean, I didn't see the Furious Bellow there, so if I knew they had this in their deck, I would have done the espionage pre-combat. I mean, the thing is that if they... I mean, they wouldn't have been able to do anything to the 4-6 unless they, like, sacrifice multiple creatures on it. Let's see if I can actually find some other things than lands. Okay, that's a very good one. So now they have to have... How many lightning strikes they have? At least if this gets lightning striked, I will be able to draw... I mean, get a 2... Not draw a card, but get one of my top 2 cards to my hand. Let's see if they have a reach guy here. They can have their kicking Alvarez victory. I could... Well, I guess the Desecrator isn't gonna be much better, but it's gonna be able to loot, so I guess the bounce spell isn't that amazing. I can also use the... Well, let's see. I'm not using the Wohar right away, because the second ability doesn't require... I mean, summoning sickness doesn't matter there. I could just play the Espionage, for example, but I want to loot these lands away, assuming it survives. I guess if they have removal, they need to kill the flyer if they don't have a blocker for the flyer. So I can cast any instant or sorcery here with the Wohar. Where is it? 3D. What's more? They can get a land, yes. They get a land on the battlefield, and then I get to start looting here. Okay, so they're gonna get rid of another land. They are at 13 cards. Okay, impulse. Let's maybe first do the impulse and then see what happens. I can take a 10-10, that sounds pretty fun actually. I will loot. Well, I don't need the tapped land here, definitely. There's something for them to think about. Now this thing doesn't have trample, so they have jump blocking capability, but they also need to deal with the ivy, and they have also used this picker so much that they are down to 12 cards in their deck. Now they have discarded a lot of lands here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they are actually having mostly spells left in the deck. But they need to keep jump blocking the 10-10 while they need to also deal with the ivy, and I can loot my lands away. So where's the Fires of Victory? So if this was target creature or planeswalker, I mean this has only one target. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I miscounted that. Maybe they didn't actually draw a card, and I thought they did. Okay, well they have. Can I make this somehow fly or trample? Give it this trample? I don't think. I can give it actually menace because I have the 3/3 with black kicker that gives my guys menace. That's a thing. But I mean they can still easily block it with 2 creatures. Okay, well I'm gonna loot right away. I kinda hope I get something good. That is a good one. That is a good one for sure. So what I want to... Well, I want to bounce of course this... do I want to have the lands? Lands, life. It might be actually relevant here, so let's take life. I could copy the... Oh man. Well, I guess I wanted to pre-combat this anyway, but I could have actually drawn an extra card by first attacking decline. I don't want to bounce either. Okay, that is good. This is any target actually. So, do I have anything that helps me with So they're gonna get +5/+5 and trample on some guy here. Not even sure if I want to. I guess with the amount of life I have, this makes some sense. But I'm not going to use the meteorite to kill something here because I want to use this to kill them. Because this deals 2 and then this deals 2 and that's it. I could use the Vohar here though. Sack it to cast a spell of some kind that costs 3 because I will have only 3 up at that point. I could even, get rid of this Weather Seed treaty, but I guess I'm gonna be a little bit greedy. I think I'm gonna play a land though because I think I might want to have the extra land available just in case. So let's see if the opponent can find a lethal attack. That's 11 damage to my 23 life, so hopefully not. Maybe if they have, even if they have 2 gas mites, that's still not going to be enough. That's going to be 21. So. They get 4 life there. Well, yeah, I don't want that to target Ivy. That the activation is sorcery speed, so I couldn't, sacrifice the Vohar. Them getting 4 life makes... No, I don't have a win on the next turn, but then again, so they don't have either, because this is only 6 power on the ground. I lost my ability to loot, so hopefully I get some... Okay, for example that, which is fantastic. Have to block the Marrow again. Yeah, the 4 life didn't help against Marrow, so they are forced to jump all the time. Still don't feel like using the meteorite. I want to, have it as a lethal extra 2 when the Ivy maybe gets them back to life. Now they don't have an attack. I have here a 7/7 root follow. Okay. So what's with this? They had a enthrall to the pit. Well, it is a 7-mana removal spell, that's for sure. I go to 6 then. And then that gets sacked. So yeah, they have the... Oh, I mean, they have of course used the Goblin Picker so many times that it's not really that easy. But how am I gonna win here? By drawing something relevant. A 3/3 flyer. Now this is Trample. They have to jump block the Rootfalla, but they can do with the Wineshaper Prodigy. Then they have a 5-power Trampler. I think I would need to leave the Rootfalla here. So let's kick this thing here. That leaves me a Rootfalla activation still up. I need to play the land here. Now, do they have another of these Enthrall to the Pit cards? And they are down to 6 cards in their deck, thanks to the Picker. Well, they have 2 cards in their hand. They can get one other card with the Picker. That doesn't help. And then... And they don't know that as long as one of my flyers goes through, that's gonna be lethal. And they didn't have an answer for either of them, and they couldn't deal with my Rootfalla. Alright, so... Feel like with the Battle Hymn, it fires of victory, double lightning strike. This thing, I will play both negates here now. But am I going to cut the Essence Scatter? They saw the Essence Scatter, but it's still good even if they are gonna play around it. They can't play around it forever. I just like all my cards in here, that's the thing. I feel like the Essence Scatter might be the card I don't... Yeah, they're playing around it a little bit at least, so I'm gonna just play the negates instead. And that's the deck. Okay, game 3. How much time do I have left? I have 18 minutes. It didn't take that much time, even though it's one of these domain mirrors. Okay, well, double Nisop Uproar. Do they have a double lightning strike? That's the question. They might even actually kill a Pixie Illusionist here. Oh, that's a pretty sweet one, because now I have an untapped source for turn 2. I could play a Nisop Uproar here. Which is gonna be a 1/3 for now, but of course it will be a 3/3 right away. Okay, so they played a 2/2. And there's the lightning strike. But do they have another? Do they have another one? That kind of thing, but the ruling ones is not great. I guess I can get rid of it by that pretty lucky draw there. I will admit that. So I can make a swamp. Yeah, this Illusionist here, really relevant now. So let's make that into a black one and okay, let's attack. Maybe they will double block. That would be amazing. In that case, I actually shouldn't have. I shouldn't have, you know, done the swamp. I could have done it mid-combat, but I never expected them to double block there because in the end, it's very risky when I have all this open one. So they have also Watering Dead. Okay, that's rough, but it's a 3/3. I have a 3 power blocker there. Although I could also play both my 2-drops here. I could also just say that I don't need the Brawler here. If it trades with Radha, that's good enough. Because this is gonna get a massive pump here. 1, 2, 3. Well, plus 4, plus 3, plus 3, but it's still something. But I actually want to also fix my draws here. So yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna attack for I'm gonna attack with this because I can still make, you know, whether they block or not, I can make this deal 4 by making a different land here. I don't think the 1/1 is really useful in any way here, so let's make that into black, deal 4, and now. Plus, of course, now I get to look 3 cards in here. And yes, I could also play the Espionage, but I kind of want to be a little bit greedy and kick this thing. So now, my efficient play is the Ivy and Desecrator, but I would have to block this. In that case, I wouldn't have attacked, so I'm gonna just do it like this. I'm gonna bluff, for example, the 1/1 mana X-proof spell here. Now, I can only put one of those on top of my library. The rest will go to bottom of my library. The Maro is it's gonna be a good one, but it's gonna be a 6/6, and I don't have mana to cast it. If I just take the island, I get to play the Espionage, and no, I actually think I'll take the island here, and hopefully I don't get too punished by, you know, making all these cool cards I don't see here. It's random order, isn't it? Yep. Alright, so let's see what happens when I do this block. Okay, that's just a trade. I think I'm fairly happy about this situation. Goblin Pig, sure. Alright, so let's I should maybe learn. Then again, if they now have +3/+0 and first strike, that's maybe not so bad, because I still get them to make them discard their final card. Sure, that's okay. Okay, finally got some. Actually, this is gonna be a full domain now, thanks to this. They had a mountain there. But this will be a full domain, this will be a 5/3 unless they find the removal finally. Impulse here. Okay, they have to just dig into better cards. That's a really good news, and they actually didn't find anything to deal with this. They didn't even know it's gonna be a 5/3, although I guess this always makes it into a 4/3. Let's say if they had 2 lands in their hand, I mean, they can't block. Even jumping is only because of the trample going to mean 2 damage. Gonna get trampled over if it's a 4-power creature. Well, anyway, Nishoba Brawlers. They got hit by lightning strike a lot, but that wasn't problematic when I had 2 of those. Yep, that is a pretty good one, but I don't have the blue, which is really sad, but this is going to be a 4/3 trampler, and I have 8 ways to get blue here in the deck. I have to do some gambling here a little bit here. And there it is. So I will play this. Oh, the Ridgeline actually. Ridgeline, Island, Sunlit Marsh. That's 5, right? Yes. So this is, and this also allows me to play the Cleveland Spell Thief on turn 3 while I play the Sunlit Marsh. Now let's see if the brawler is gonna, my first brawler is gonna die right away. They have a good pool, so do I. And well, with the Sunlit Marsh, it's gonna be. Oh, don't lightning strike it. Well, that's not a lightning strike, but creature transfer, but sadly an answer still. Alright, well, what can you do? brawlers are annoyingly 3 toughness creatures which our meteorite doesn't kill. And these colors even, you know, usually... Well, that's great. Usually these colors have 2 toughness creatures. Alright, anyhow. I can play now 5-3, which is going to require another answer from them. I can also play the Desecrator, so that's good. Don't need the Spell Thief for anything here. Let's see if my second copy of a brawler will work. They can attack with a 2-1 anyway, and I will block it because I am not taking 2 damage for fun while I'm at 14. Okay, they have nothing. And there's a Terra Asunder which, you know, can kill these, also can get rid of the Citizen's Arrest for a surprise 5-3. So how am I doing it? I think I'm gonna just leave mana up for my instant speed stuff. I'm not planning even... I'm going to play the Haunted Mire anyway because I do want to have access to Meteorite. And now I will do this and see what happens. Now they can double block, but of course I have a Rona's Vortex in that case. Yeah, I'm gonna use a Rona's Vortex if they go for the double block. They don't want to risk it. And I'm gonna get rid of the Citizen's Arrest now. If they attack with everything, that is. So this says they can get any card if 5 creatures die this turn. Hopefully 5 creatures won't die. Now I could also loot away the Meteorite if they don't play a target for it. I might do it. Yeah, let's loot. Okay, well I don't need the island either. I don't need that island either. Nisova Brawler. That is unfair. Next turn, Sojourner, a 3 mana 4/6 or some interaction. I mean, it's probably not going to matter too much. I'm gonna take the Tolarian Geyser. I guess they might have a mass removal spell, in which case I wanted to have the creature. Yeah, there's the deal 5 damage to everything, double red. Well, that wasn't what they were holding. So again, the power of Nisova Brawlers is pretty crazy. Now maybe, if you were wondering in the draft why did I, you know, jump into this domain archetype, when I saw the second brawler, now you at least see how efficient these beaters can be. So they are mostly, well, I guess they are 3 colors. This, well, maybe this is a splash, so they might be a white red. I didn't see too much stuff. Anything against they had one Citizen's Arrest, but I don't think I want to have a negate necessary because of that one thing. Do I want to have a Snare Spinner? That's not so good against their 2/3s. Didn't see flyers there. I mean, I could just keep this same deck with the Essence Scatters, no negates. I'm gonna do that. And yeah, I'd have drawn those Nisova Brawlers in a pretty good frequency. But now I don't have that, and I also don't have the blue, which this hand really needs. Although if I have the blue, I have the full domain for the Territorial Marrow on turn 5. So 8. I mean, I would have such a nice 1 mana and 2 mana spell and this thing. Okay, I think because this is such a good hand, if I draw the blue in, let's say, 3 draw steps, hopefully they don't have too aggressive of a draw. Okay, well, I guess it's one of those events where I draw everything I need. Oh man. So now I will have the full domain on turn 3, although in this case I'm going to... And of course I can also draw the brawler here, so... And I'm not going to wait until I kick this. I will play this, even though I don't kind of need it. I feel like I will play this on turn 5. When I'm gonna kick this, it's maybe not even that relevant. So, now with these lands I won't actually, well, it's gonna be a 4-3. It's gonna be good enough. So, let's just do this and this, and I guess I won't be blocking with the illusionist, so I'm gonna attack with it. Next turn, well, it could be espionage, it could be the looter, it could be the essence scatter left up. Now this still does one thing. It is. I'm gonna take the further. It does give me 2 blue. I mean, if I play the Wohar, let's say if I get an untapped land now, I play the Wohar, then I could have still had the essence scatter up. But well, that wasn't the case. I mean, an untapped land. So I need to be defensive here. I actually want to also have a land here, so maybe I should play the impulse. I mean, I guess I could also play the espionage, but I want them to discard a card. They are missing land drops, so this maybe is gonna snatch a card out of their hand. So let's do the impulse to make sure I will have the 5th land, because I definitely need one. Oh, that's even a So what I can do here now is in fact leave up the essence scatter. Or just play the Wohar. That's also a reasonable thing to do. I mean, if they don't play a creature, I will be annoyed. But then again, the Wohar isn't doing a lot right now. It's a 1-2. I won't double block the Vanguard or anything. So actually, I'm gonna leave up the essence scatter here. And this can block the Mesa Cavalier. I don't actually need the illusionist for anything anymore. Please don't kill the Brawler. No. They did. Well, at least I hope they have I hope they have a creature. No, they don't. So because now with this situation I actually would have maybe double blocked the Vanguard here. And I would have, yes. But it's not possible anymore, so now I will play this, leave as a scatter up. I will block the Vanguard. Next turn I can play the Territorial Marrow. I won't be attacking because I might need to jump if they kill the Rootwalla here. I would maybe jump there on the 3-2. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, no criticize. So my SS scatters aren't really doing much here now. So let's play the Marrow here at least. And I mean, I'm not gonna jump to 2-3 even if they deal with this guy. With the card draw, I think I should play the land because I do have to draw 2 in here. Because I do have a looter as well, which means that I should keep some lands in my hand at some point. So there's still a possibility they have the, you know, death touch trick. But not much I can do about it. I'm not even sure if I want to make them discard anymore. I'd rather play my other stuff. I'm actually going to do it like this. This and this. I'm going to just draw 2 here first. Okay. No untapped land though. But it didn't seem like they have a priority there, so maybe I can... Jump block for some reason. Why would they do that? I am going to still play this land maybe, but that will be my final, I think. Then I'm gonna leave the rest for looting, and I will keep the essence scatter up. Now they don't have a board. I wanna counter their creatures now. There's no hurry with the, no rush with the Wohar. Yeah, they have a Sheldred. Well, no thanks. did have 2 answers for it though, but yeah, that's good to know. The Lightning Geyser. Yep, well, this 11 damage, let's do it. And then this. Not gonna meteorite anything. I mean, their face, that only target, only relevant target for it. That's a sorcery, so that's gonna die. Well, I guess I'm just going to check what I draw in here and attack for 2. So, Sojourner. And then I can still have the Terra Asunder for whatever creature they might have there. This is 4 damage, I mean 5 damage now up. Friction Warhorse. Well, they're gonna get a 1-1 out of that, but maybe. Yeah, I'm not going to kill that, or should I? I mean, this is not really a big threat because I can bounce the token if they choose to trade with the scavenger. I don't actually mind, so I'm not going to use anything yet. I can also meteorite the token, but that doesn't feel a very good idea. Just trading here. Interesting. Well, again, Terra's under here. I haven't looted because I think the meteorite might be useful. I think I'm gonna just bounce that thing, buy me some time here. Okay, now I can also consider looting, but I'm gonna kick this. And I think I'm actually going to also. I mean, okay, I'm gonna loot rather than attack for 1. That's actually gonna have to be the better way to do things. Get jumping, that's totally fine. I wonder what they have in their hand when they're jumping so eagerly. They must have something. Of course, they have a lot of stuff to play. That's also something. But I guess they could have afforded to you know, take some damage there. Anyway, decline this. I don't want this copy to target Ivy. And I can attack. I wanted to get rid of it because I have 3 power in the air, which I couldn't have used for attacking. I could have also, you know, attacked into it and then finish it off with the meteorite. But then again, I can finish off the opponent with meteorite. Captain's Call is giving them some blockers on the ground. It does not give them. I might as well loot here because I have a lethal here anyway. But who knows, maybe the 1 black mana can do something for them. But now the meteorite, that's any target, yep. That's gonna get the job done. So there's a sealed red. I'm not going to sideboard out my SS scatters. Oh, by the way, this was game number 2. I was actually thinking this is game number 1. I don't even know why, but of course I have these Nisova Brawlers in their first game when I got the second one back when they had the enchantment based removal spell, which I was able to get rid of with the Terra Asunder. So, but for some reason I was thinking that this is game number 1. Okay, it wasn't. Okay, theme continues. I have blue, green and Nisova Brawler here, so I'm on the draw. And there, oh come on, that's again full domain on turn 3. 5/3, 2 mana Traveler. At least they do have a blocker on it. So I will get to. I mean, they took 2 life loss there. I mean, assuming the Brawler doesn't just get killed. They took 2 life loss there, and then I would be able to trample 3 additional damage. I'm taking this hoping that they don't kill the brawler. I want to start the race here for sure. Okay, well they have a good start for a pretty impressive race situation as well, but I'm going to of course continue attacks. This guy has many. Yeah, root volley is gonna be the thing. This actually could be a 7/7 on the next turn, because I do have an untapped land and all the full domain here. But yeah, I'm taking a bunch of damage unless I block the abomination. They have a cut down. Okay, so much of that then. They go to. Okay, they didn't pump, so they have something else. I think that's going to have to be a counter spell. So I'm not going to play my 4-drop. They would have pumped this otherwise, right? So I'm gonna play the Desecrator and leave my own SS Scatter up, because that's what I can do now. This is gonna eat an SS Scatter. Or some other counter spell. Okay, that wasn't the case. So they have... They didn't pump... Alright, now I don't know. Maybe they just didn't want to SS Scatter this guy. I'm not gonna jump yet. Hopefully I can counter something they're gonna play now. Nope. Okay. So... Well, I'm not attacking with the 1-2 because it's not relevant damage, and also I might need to jump now. Okay, let's see if they're gonna kill the... Because they still didn't use the Knight of Dusk Shadow there. Maybe they don't realize it has a pump ability, or what's going on. Tribute. They kick that thing to kill it. Don't have a way to deal with that, so... Okay. That happens. Problem is I'm going to want to block the abomination now. So I actually shouldn't. But I can still SS Scatter something. Yeah, I mean... I have to block it, by the way. Yeah, that's a problem, because they can make this into a 4/4. I might jump block it though. I guess I can jump block it, because I did really hope they have let's see. I mean, something I can SS Scatter. I think this is a tough situation now that they did have the removal and this good start in there, because they are winning the race, which I really didn't expect to happen with an Isopa Prowler. But okay. Alright, well, that's just... I mean, all they needed to do is play these two creatures, and I didn't have removal in this deck, so... Yeah, that's really nasty. My SS Scatter looks so weak here. I mean, that is still a decent counter spell, but man, does it annoy when it doesn't do anything. They didn't even pump twice, because if they did pump twice, I would have actually discarded the Scatter in here. I guess the 5 lands don't help me because I don't have I mean, these are both 3 mana cards, so let's do it like this, but this is rough, because I'm gonna lose to the Knight of Dusk Shadow. It has menace, so I mean, it can just kill me, because I can't block it and they can pump it twice. Even if I can trade with this. They have exacties here. Cut down, tribute, impede momentum. That was the interaction they had, even though my creatures were great. And, well, I mean, there's no point playing it any further, because I'm not gonna show any of my cards and they're gonna just finish me off. So if I mean, the point is, if I play something here, they're gonna attack with these both. I will block the 3/2 and I will have, what, 1 mana available at most. Well, maybe 2. I mean, they're always gonna pump this twice anyway. I don't want to show them any cards. And if I don't play anything, they just have a lethal attack from the get-go. So that's why I conceded there without seeing what they're gonna do on their turn. So... Okay, SS Scatter away, negate in. That's what I'm gonna do here. Snare Spinner is not good against that. Let's just do that little bit of sideboarding and hope they don't get that explosive start. That was a very good you know, sowing from the 3-2 for 2, which usually isn't that great because of the life loss, but they just had, of course, the amazing Anicom on the knight there, which was the main reason they had a good showing there, because of course the 3-2 I was gonna be able to trade with, but they had a unblockable guy basically. Well, there is a brawler again, but still, but this time no green sources, so I guess the espionage. Well, maybe, I mean, I could still kick this espionage if I play this. Yeah, well, definitely now I'm gonna play the scavenger just to trade. Okay, that will be the green source at some point. This is gonna be... That's gonna be 3 different cards. I will choose the Micromancer here. Yeah, that's good. Get my Rona's thing here. Yeah, toxic abomination. That is not the greatest, but did some work for them because it's still let's see. Yeah, I mean it dealing to 3 damage per attack was the reason they were able to win there. Now, well, I mean there's not much of a question. I'll take these and the Rona's Vortex here. I have to wait with the roller a bit, because I might even prefer to... Well, let's see if I'm gonna use the Rona's Vortex there, because I could play the Radiant Crow and then use this for 4 mana, but they know about the Vortex, so they're not gonna play like anything that's amazing here. That's gonna be indeed moment. They are gonna raise, but they are like an aggressive blue-black. Usually blue-black isn't that aggressive. You know what? This card is good enough to just Rona's Vortex right away. Perfect spot to play the green producing land, especially now that I drew another green card. I need to start playing these guys. Okay, well, are they gonna have... a counterspell or not? Now they do have the Death Toucher for the Marrow, so the Marrow isn't the greatest. I also have the option to, you know, not play this thing unkicked, but I'm gonna have a counterspell check first. There's nothing like that. So in this case I'm going to not kick the Espionage because I can... Oh, I can't... wrong. Don't... I don't have green here. I can't pump it. So... Actually playing the land was no mistake. I thought because I have 4 mana I will be able to pump it, but of course this is my only green. Yeah, I mean with a land drop still left, I would have actually played the Espionage, but now if I draw a tapped land that produces green, I still can't play it. Okay, I'm gonna do this now. And I think I'm gonna just... oh, let's see. They have a removal? Sure. Micromancer is gonna untap at some point, but I'm gonna take 3 again. So, again, same thing. But now they have only 2 cards left, so maybe it is time to play the Marrow now. Okay, I'm gonna do it like this. They might have the, you know, destroy target creature for 4 mana up. But anyway, whatever the case is, counterspell or removal, I can play the Sunlit Marsh now. And next turn I will have actually the mana to both kick the Espionage and play the Brawler here. Okay, no removal at least yet. Defiler of Dreams. I don't like that it has a fly. So, draw a card. Alright, well, that changes things a bit. Unknowingly, they do have the Battlefly Swarm here, which will get Death Touch. But I can bounce it at some point. Sadly, they have a jump blocker too. Blue permanent spell makes them draw a card. Yeah, well, I can make them discard whatever the final card in their hand is, and I think that is what I'm gonna have to do right now. Like this. Kick this. The final card goes away. Unless it's a 2-mana spell they can play. Is it gonna be... It was a negate. Well, they had only 2 blue for this. So... I hope they don't draw permanent spells. Micromancer can untap at least. I mean, did untap and therefore can attack. And then I'm gonna do this. Now the block patcher is actually huge because that forces them to double block tomorrow. I have the Dominaria Geyser, which gains me 3 life as well. Hopefully they don't have a blue permanent spell, that's what I'm hoping. I think they would have played it post pre-combat. Now, I have 7 mana. I can't kick both the Geyser and the Badger, but I guess I don't have to kick them both. I'm going to play this and I'm gonna bounce the Swarm. Then they will jump block tomorrow. I want to just play this in case they have a counter spell. I'd rather them counter this thing. Alright, well, Terra Sundry has to be the... I mean, a bunch of these cards are very good, but I think what I'd rather have is this now. And I'm going to... Dominaria Geyser with Kicker, the Battlefly Swarm. Hopefully I get to gain my 4 life there. I mean 3 life. And then I will attack. For lethal here they have to jump if they don't have anything to do. Next turn my guys will have... and I'm at now at... Because they had a cut down, so I don't think they can find 4 damage easily. Okay, so they can't actually... Yeah, they have to leave both back. Even if I have nothing, they can't attack with the 4-3 because this is 7 damage, so now I can obviously... All I need to do is play this kicked. I don't have to show anything else. They have to double block tomorrow and then they take 7 here. Okay, so it goes to game 3 here. In match 3 it goes to game 3. Did I learn much here? There's a negate, impede moment. Yeah, I do like my negates, but should I play another negate and no SS Scatters at all? I do want to be able to counter this guy though. It only has 3 toughness, so it has a fairly low amount of toughness given that it's rare. I think the other creatures in this cycle have better stats. Of course, drawing cards is amazing, so maybe it's good that it's, you know, not so impressive stat-wise. Right, so I think the question is mostly, do I want to play a negate? Do I want to play something that can block that flyer? The problem is that the 1-3 isn't good against the 3-2, so of course I do have the snare spinner here. It's not good against the 2 drops, the Many Sky or the 3-2. I do like my 1 of SS Scatter. I do like... It's a little rough actually. I think double negate wouldn't be that bad, but the only card I'm willing to cut is the SS Scatter, so do I want to miss out on the... Although the game 1 was so annoying when they just didn't play into SS Scatters, I guess I will cut the SS Scatter and play double negate here. Yep. That's what I'm doing, because I remember the game 1 where I left the mana up for the SS Scatter and never got anything with it. Or when I finally did, it was too late. So let's see, I have a decent enough start. I will play the Illusionist here because it can actually make the Sojourner cheaper. Actually, I can have now a turn 4. Assuming now this doesn't die, of course, I will have a turn 4 Sojourner. Because this is 1, 2 and 3 different land types, and this I can make an island into a mountain or a place, in which case this would cost 4. Now they have a, okay, they have a cut down. That's the only reason they are gonna have here, you know, this priority here. It's gonna be a cut down. That's it. I'm glad I don't kind of need it. I can now trade with Abomination here, because I will find some lands later. And this is already a 5 mana play, and it might be a cheaper one in a couple of turns. I'll just walk here. They have an impulse, alright. So I guess I'm gonna impulse 2. Yeah, and I do it before this, because if I find a land type that helps me to cast a Sojourner on the next turn, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Well, that's not it. Can I have like 3 of these? Everything but the land is amazing. I have a removal spell in my hand, so I don't need the Terra Sunder. Talas Lookout is great because it gives me a card once they kill it, so... This is a cheap one, but I don't see an opportunity for a double spell anytime soon, so I'm gonna take the Lookout in here. Do this, and then I can play the Lookout on the next turn with the untapped land, and I can, you know, have some interaction here. We can... I guess we can just trade Lookouts in here, both get a card. If they get their annoying Defiler, I will be able to get rid of it with the Vortex. Negate or a land. Now the negate is too valuable here. I will get some land at some point anyway, and I have also Ivy, which I can play and live up negate. Although living up negate isn't that important than living up an SS Scatter, because this deck is going to play a lot of spells on my turn. So I'm gonna test the Defiler, which is gonna immediately go away because I don't want them to draw any cards. Even if I bounce it, which might make actually sense, because I could play the Spell Thief in that case. Oh, I could also play the Spell Thief and then copy it, and because the problem is, if they have a cheap blue permanent spell and a land drop, they can draw a card, but I think I'm gonna do the greedy play. I'm gonna do the greedy play. I'm gonna draw 2 here. So I should draw a card from here and a card from there. And then next turn I can use the Rona's Vortex. They have a land drop, so do they have a 2 mana blue spell, blue permanent spell? They don't. So this should be good now. I'm not going to risk it anymore. Okay, now I can start deploying my stuff here. Even leave up a negating actually. Pretty good stuff. I can play this at 4. I could play also the 2-1, but it doesn't even do much against the Soaring Drake here. They might have a SS Scatter, which I would come. Maybe they will play around SS Scatter, I don't know. I could play the Spell Thief, but I mean, I'm at 20, I can let them attack with these. It doesn't matter that I can't attack back. I'm not really planning to pass up with the negate. Okay, yeah, they don't do that. Unless they have their own negate. Do they have that? No. Well, they definitely have something. That much is obvious. Alright, so there's pretty much only one card that makes sense now. Because they didn't attack. It has to be the Indestructible and Death Touch thing. Now I can make this Indestructible and Death Touch, but it doesn't really, you know, achieve anything. So let them use their thing. I have a pretty good turn here. I have a pretty good turn now coming up. That's exactly the card I was talking about. And now I can first of all get the full domain. This is cheaper. And then I can play the Sea Scavenger and pick a card from 5 different options. Should be good. Well, actually, isn't that great, but Vahar is still good. So let's take it. And I can recast the Rona's Vortex guys here. Yeah. So they can now... Double block doesn't do anything. Connoisseur, which is totally fine for me. Then I can do this. And I could... No, I don't have black, so I can't cast Rona's Vortex now. But I can take the 4 here. Not gonna cast anything right now. Next turn I can maybe loot and then use the sacrifice ability. No blocks there. That's a good one, but okay, they have... Well... Okay, so now things are a little bit different because I have the espionage, but I don't think I have mana to do what I want to. So what I want to do is bounce and then, you know, bounce with the... Where it is? Tolarian Geyser. But that already costs 5. I would need another 5 to kick this so that they would discard it. So that's not going to work. So I can kill the Soren Drake, but it doesn't really make sense. I'm just going to go with this first. I have no point kicking it because they have no cards in hand, and this is something that allows me to loot right away, actually. Okay. How about these things? Doesn't matter really. So I'm gonna just play the Scavenger. I'm also going to attack with the Sojourner here. They have a 6 power in the air, so that is scary. I do need to kill the Connoisseur, for sure. But they can actually also attack with the Rona, so they can attack for quite a bit here. But if they go for the jump block, they shouldn't jump block, because don't they see that if they grow this Connoisseur into a very large fire, I can just get rid of it with the Vahar ability. Anyway, let's see what is the great card I'm gonna draw next time. Well, I don't have anything to fetch. It's gonna be the Brawler here, right? So I can loot away the bulk, play the Brawler. And I can even... Oh, that was unlucky. I can't play the Poke anymore. I mean, loot the Poke. I'm not gonna loot away the Brawler. I was going to loot away the Poke and play the Brawler. That was a top deck. Can I say I was really annoyed about that top deck because I had such a good turn there. Oh man. I mean, my turn is still fairly good, but now, especially because they had this, things are gonna be really annoying now. Because I was gonna get a free loot there, I mean, and they wouldn't have an extra card in their hand, and I could have, because I can play this and I still have the 6 mana available for this thing here. But anyway, I can still get rid of the Rona here if I really want to. I can get rid of the Rona, but then I don't even have a lethal attack yet. So I'm going to have to do it like this. They might block with Rona because they can cast it again if they have like a land in hand. Yeah, this was all actually really good because of the Rona here, because they can cast it from the graveyard. But they chose not. They chose the line that is some kind of lethal. Now this can threaten to be, you know, a very very large creature, 5/5 currently. But I will have this. I mean, anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sack this Vortex, right? It has to be the Vortex, I think. Then I can play the Brawler still. Because I have 8 mana here. Yes, I do. I could... Yeah, no, decline. That makes no sense. This is a confusing card. Alright, so let's see if they have a victory somehow. Because they might, if they have a good draw there. Yeah, the fact they drew the Firex and Espionage in the previous turn, that's really... I mean, I was really sure I'm gonna be on the winning side there. Interestingly, they played a land when they have a Rona here. Okay, so it seems like they don't have a good attack. If they just attack... Oh. Forget about all what I said. Forget about all what I said. They had a Frost Fist Strider in there. Now I can't win. Well, I can win of course, but it requires something else than a land. It definitely needs a good spell. Because they are going to be able to push a lot of damage. I have some blockers though. And they do have to block the Sojourner. I'm very happy they did play the land. I guess they wanted to maximize the pumps here, but I mean, if they kept the land in hand, they could have blocked with the Rona and then recast it on the next turn. Well, that has monies. I guess I hope to draw a Meteorite. Imagine if they pump now once and I draw a Meteorite to kill the Dusk Shadow thing. And they don't attack with the Drake, because of course attacking for 2 in the air while I can return the favor is not a good idea. Visor is a really good one. And I can again... I can do it in so many ways here. Because I could go for the draw too. But then I can't attack with this. But then again, if I'm not going to bounce the Drake... If I'm not going to bounce the Drake, it's not going to... But I feel like I am bouncing the Drake here to deal 2 into them. Oh yeah, then they can't actually double block the Sojourner, but they can still eat. Yeah. Now this is really tough. I will get 3 life at least. I will be at 9. This will be able to deal 5. 5 plus 4 is too much though. So should I draw? I could actually gain 6 and draw 2. Fine. Might be what I'm doing here. Don't even know what I'm supposed to leave here up. Maybe like this. So if I bounce the Sheldred's Faithful, then they have to double block these. Okay, that actually makes the most sense, I think. This. So if I attack now. They have to block the 4-6, but yeah, then I'm gonna copy this. I think I wanna draw 2 and gain 6. Okay, Bog Badger. Now that... Oh, that's a good one too, but sadly... Wait a minute. Why didn't I... Knight of Dusk Shadow says I can't freaking gain life. Oh man, that was horrible. Well, I need 2 blockers. That's, I mean, this is still fine. I can do this. I can do this, and I can't attack with the Scavenger. Sadly, I will attack with those. Though I can at least trade with the Strider here, so it's still good. But and I have this also. Why do I know I have it? Because I have actually. Actually not sure anymore. Oh, did I put these on bottom of my deck at some point? And I got... Oh yeah, I had so many of these Vodalia Sea Scavengers, so that's why I got back into these. Alright, so Terra Sundari, of course, amazing draw there. So if they attack with these, they would have to pump it 4 times to make these not kill it. And that's all their mana. And then they're gonna... Well, they can force the jump block. That's actually true. And then they can block the... But if they go for that plan, I will win because of the Terra Sunder. I get to kill their only blocker in that case. Yeah, they want to play it safe, which totally makes sense, of course. Battle Fly Swarm, not so good against the Prowler. So now they have a 3-3 here only. If I attack with everything, they will eat something with the Rona, of course. But the problem, they have to double block this, because if they block with only one creature on the brawler, I kill it and then I will trample over the finishing damage. So the point here is that if they have to double block the brawler, that's gonna be like and the brawler, actually the swarm isn't even enough. They have to block with these two, and that's great for me. And then they will eat a badger and then they will trade with the, yeah, so this is gonna be the play. They have to realize they need to double block with the Drake. Well, I mean, with two creatures that are not Battlefly Swarm. And this is only a 3-3, so this will trade with the stuff. Okay, for some reason they, I mean, if I don't have any tricks, they can safely double block their, I mean, I don't care, I just win here. Yeah, I mean, this is 7 total toughness, why wouldn't they put the Drake there as well? I don't understand. I guess they were still in a very bad shape, because, I mean, let's say they put the Drake there, I still remove this guy, Drake dies, actually everything they have dies, and I still have the brawler left. Yeah. So, I mean, I would have won anyway, because of the remaining situation on the battlefield. Alright, so that was a tight one, and the one turn when they did draw the espionage was nasty, and they had the Strider, but I guess in the end I had just about enough stuff going on. But yeah, I did mess up with the one turn when I thought I'm gonna get 6 life when they had a Knight of Dusk Shadow on the battlefield. Although I do like the fact I decided to draw 2 cards anyway, so maybe it was the correct play regardless, but definitely I did mess up. I mean, I thought I was gonna gain life. Alright, well, so another, you know, domain deck, but hey, at least you can't say I forced the archetype. I moved to the archetype because of the double Nisaba Brawler, and you can't blame anyone who does that. So, I would like to showcase some other kind of decks than this kind of domain, base green domain decks, base green blue domain decks. But this case, I mean, I just wanted to draft obviously the open best possible archetype that I got cards for, and this time it was the domain deck. I don't think there's much to say. Maybe one thing I'm gonna say that this Sea Scavenger is a bit more impressive than I thought, because when you get to pick from, let's say, 4 to 5 cards the next one you draw, that is really strong actually, especially when you know you have a bunch of important cards in your deck that will have a big impact if you get to draw them. And well, I knew Nisaba Brawler is gonna be great, and it was great, and nothing about that. And I think I even once got to play the Micromancer and get the Vortex. I would have liked to have one any instant or sorcery to combine with this, but I think I never had to play this as a Formula 3-3 either. Alright, so this was the event this time again. Great result, good stuff, and I will see you in the next video in a couple of days. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.